Hi, I'm Christine Cushing and welcome to another helping of my favorite foods. Today I'm breaking out the turntable for a classic, old school. You're gonna love this recipe. Very hard to say, but really phenomenal to make. It's a smorgastarta. Smorgastarta. I can't say it, I'm just saying right now. Smorgastarta. I don't know. Smorgastarta in Swedish, again, excuse the pronunciation, just means sandwich cake, because it's really this optical illusion. It looks like a sweet cake. It's layered, especially the way I make it, and then you cut into it and it's all these beautiful, delicious, savory layers. Everything that you want in the ultimate appetizer bite is in this recipe. A little tip to keep your greens from wilting is to lay them on a damp paper towel, which this is. I like to separate them like this, clean them, and then I just cover them in another damp paper towel and gently wrap them. Keep them in the fridge until I'm ready to go. They're going to be super fresh. You can also vary these fillings. Today I'm using a smoked salmon, which is ultimate. I often do smoked trout. You can even do shrimp. I prefer something seafoody. For me, it really complements all the other flavors happening. So you've got the ultimate bite, something creamy, contrasts in textures, a little bit of salt, tang, the seafood, the starch to carry the whole thing. I mean, it's a winner layer by layer by layer. You're gonna love it. Now, if you're looking to do a stage in a professional restaurant, you want to get going on those chopping of the chives skills. They love that. You want them super fine. That's going to impress any chef. Well, maybe. In addition to the fillings, I want to give some thought to the top. What's my garnish going to be? I like to go with what's local, fresh, and is going to give me nice color and contrast. And I'm imagining already what the top is going to look like. But go crazy. Go wild. I found these cute little cukes. I've never seen them before. I mean, they're the size of my finger and they're ideal for thinly slicing into rounds. Wait till you see how I put them on the cake. You know there's gonna be lemons in it. I mean, come on. Seafood, cream cheese, it's just screaming for lemons. Lemons. There it is. We're adding the lemons. It's always great to use a separate cutting board when you're dealing with meat or fish. You could go ahead and put this all in a blender, but really it's not necessary. I'm finely chopping the salmon here because I want it to keep some of the texture, but you can certainly put it into a blender if that's what you want. And all of this filling can be done days in advance. Put it in the fridge, and then when you're ready to assemble, just pull that out, slice it, assemble, boom, you're good to go. And now I want to make sure I thoroughly wash my knife and the cutting board, and underneath I have a clean one. Now it's time to get the mise en place, or everything in place, and then I just put it into the fridge. Sometimes I put the garnish on at the very end. It depends on, how far in advance I make it, because the little greenery might wilt. You're not going to believe how excited guests get when you pull this out of the fridge, place it on the table, they just start to lose their minds. It's always happened. Every time I make it, people say, "What is it? Wow, what's the recipe? Tell me, how can I make it?" So it really is a conversation piece for a party. I'm using a spreadable, locally made cream cheese. I like that really super soft texture. And I'm adding crème fraiche. That is a beautiful, rich, French-style cream. And then look at all these beautiful flavors together. The chives, the dill, a little bit of pepper. And now just mixing it all together. And I can set this aside in the fridge until I'm ready to assemble. Now you could use any other kind of bread. I'm going with the rye here because I love the color contrast. If I was going to do a white bread, you're not going to have the same contrast when you slice it. To me, that's the sort of taking it to the next level. Also, the bread has to be a soft, tender bread. Imagine you're going to fill it with all these layers, and when you slice it, you want to have that easy slicing. You don't want something crusty and very, very hearty that's difficult to slice into. Makes sense, right? I love making it as a round this way because it really amps that illusion that it's a cake. Sometimes I make it naked on the sides. Don't add the sour cream or cream cheese so that you can really, really see those layers, but it's totally up to you. I mean, come on. Look at it. Okay, truth be told, it's a bit leaning, but you know, that's adding to the modern twist. It's difficult because my bread was oval and I was trying to turn it into rounds, but look at how spectacular it is. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to look wow, which this does. It's time to taste. Are you ready? Wait till you see how it is when you cut into it. It's so impressive and it really makes people go, wow, what is it? Who wants a slice? Look at this. Slicing it. So just before you slice it, it's really important to try and rearrange your garnish. Because for example, I have little whole tomatoes. If I try to cut through those, I'm gonna mash it up. So it's just, you know, about navigating your way around your garnish. But then, come on. Are you ready to taste? Does it not look like chocolate cake? You can convince yourself you're eating chocolate cake. It feels like a party. You make this, it feels like a party. Something super simple that people will be very impressed with. Thank you for joining me on another helping of My Favorite Foods. Please share, like, subscribe. Let me know what's happening in your kitchen. See you next time.